starting to feel like I'm getting the meaning of the song, and Kia ora and welcome. My name is Oishtibi and I'm a vocal coach with over 18 years experience in teaching people like yourself how to sing. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Ethel Cain with A House in Nebraska live. I cannot wait. This actually came from you. This came from the comments. So I'm really excited to see. Never heard of this performer before. Very first time listening to her. Let's just get straight to see what she's up to with her vocal technique.
Labored breath and bed sores, sing it to me all day long. On the aching sound of silence, used to be our favorite song.
Wow, what a beautiful sound that she's got there. A lowered larynx. Dun, 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 dun. We can see there, we can hear that just because the gain has been really pumped up on that sound. So she's singing probably quite quietly, but we're getting a full sound just because the volume's been turned up basically on a microphone. Let's go back and listen to that again. Very light articulation, but you still hear every single word.
Labored breath and bed sores, sing it to me all day long. On the aching sound of silence, used to be our favorite song. You and me against the world, you were my man and I your girl. We had nothing except each other, you were my whole world. Then the day came and you were up and gone.
So she's actually, it sounds really low, but she's actually just on that A below middle C, so the A3. So the trick is when you're singing low notes is you want to make sure that the volume is low, but you're not trying to create too much contact with the vocal folds. So you're trying not to go da 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 and coming in with that thicker sound. You want to allow a little bit of that breath to come through da 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 to create that warmth. And if you're gonna take the larynx down, you definitely need to create that warmth in that sound. Otherwise you'll end up going da 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 da, which is not what we're wanting, right? And she's got this beautiful, almost like Karen Carpenter kind of sound at the beginning coming on, almost that like Karen Carpenter kind of a aesthetic that we've got going on. Let's have a listen to it again.
My man and I your girl, we had nothing except each other, you were my whole world.
So you are my whole world. You can hear that cry coming in. What happens is when we start to bring in that cry, we almost automatically start to bring the vocal folds together. And so that's why we go, you are my whole world, rather than you are my whole world. So that slight increase in the cry, but also the increase in the volume is going to help to bring those vocal folds together. That's often where people say like, oh, I can hit it really when I'm singing loud, but I can't hit it when I'm singing quietly. The volume is still very, very low though, yeah? She's got lots of reverb going on in the sound.
You were my whole world. Then the day came and you were up and gone. And I still recall home, that house in Nebraska.
these lyrics. Oh my goodness me. So through that, you could call this pre-chorus. I have to hear this whole song. I'm not really sure. I've never heard this before, yeah? So, but that's created from, again, those thick vocal folds into the This is also a really great way for you to get into that thicker vocal fold sound if you're struggling with it, is to really utilize that cry sound into there. Let's just go back. This is just like stunning. Again, as I said before, like really, really small articulation, but you can hear every single word and it's just like hitting me here. But we're not going over the top with the articulation, and that's why it's about practicing and then coming back on it. So if we practice and we make the articulation really strong, we make our articulators really strong. Then when we're singing quietly, we're not quite overdoing it. We can still hear every word.
I cried when you told me, but if we died tonight, that I'd die yours. These dirt roads are empty, the ones we paved ourselves. Your mama calls me sometimes to see if I'm doing well, and I lie to her and say that I'm doing fine, when really I'd kill myself to hold you one more time. And it hurts to miss you.
Oh, goodness me. I'm starting to feel like I'm getting the meaning of the song, and I don't know if I was ready for such a heavy song today. So we're up on the F sharp 4. And this is, again, right in the sweet spot of the chest voice quality. So we've got this thicker vocal fold sound, but we need that cry in order for us to make it to get this feeling of this cry coming in. This is one of the things I notice a lot of singers who struggle with singing don't do enough of, is they're not singing enough. And this is really the main difference between speaking and singing, because the thyroid cartilage is tipping forward. And that's what we need. That's what, when we think about when we sing in traditional circumstances, and that would be like at the most exciting times, at like weddings and parties and things like that, and also at the saddest times. And so we need that, we need that sound in order to make it sound more sung. Oh, I do not know if I'm ready for the rest of this song, but let's do this together, okay?
To hold you one more time, and it hurts to miss you, but it's worse to know that I'm the reason you won't come home. But I still come home, that house in Nebraska, where we found each other on a dirty mattress on the second floor. Where the world was empty, save you and I. Where you came and I left, and you left and I cried. Where you told me, but if we died tonight, that I'd die yours.
Oh, this is such a wonderful song, and you're really feeling that build coming in, the way in which we're introducing the instruments there. We're getting this build, but not really a very big difference in the vocal quality coming in. So you can see there's not a hell of a lot of expression going on her face, but we're getting a lot of expression in her voice. And this is what I really love with artists, is it's not necessarily about being super expressive with your face, but if we can listen to you and feel your sorrow, your pain, then that's where you want to take your audience. So I want you to be really truthful when you're singing these types of songs, and I want you to think of not necessarily like a really shit time in your life, but also think about a way that these words could relate back to you in something that you've been through. I don't necessarily, as I say, I don't necessarily want you to think of like the worst time in your life and put that up on stage, because in my opinion, that's quite, you notice these artists are not crying when they're performing. So it's not about going to that place where you feel like you need to cry, but it could be about something that you've lost or something that you regret. And we're still coming up with those same feelings and those same sounds in our voices. Wow. We've just got like this build, this fantastic build. But again, we didn't really change the sound. We've still got that thick vocal fuzz. But we're really feeling every single word of it. And now she's come back and we sort of heard, she flipped into that falsetto sound. Very, very cool to practice, actually, if you're looking and working on your head voice sound, is to find that passaggio point, the point between the chest and the head voice. Or even, I like to accentuate it first and then start working on the transition. But if you want to learn how to improve your chest voice or your head voice, I have on-demand singing lessons available in my Vocal Academy. Check out the link in the description below, as well as my 5-day challenge to find your chest voice is available down below. So many links. Take a look if you want to improve your singing voice. Let's keep listening to Ethel.
And I feel so alone, and I feel so alone out here. And I feel so alone without you. I'm so alone out here. I feel so alone, I feel so alone. And I'm so alone out here without you, baby.
I don't like to interrupt an instrumental, so we are going to go and listen from that start of that guitar solo all the way to the end. Obviously, listening to songs that I don't know is rather challenging to figure out where should I stop or where should I not stop. So I feel so alone. I feel so alone. We're on that A4 above middle C. Now this is really, really nice part of the range, actually. If you are looking to work on more of that falsetto, it's like, I feel so alone. And that kind of cry, that oh, flipping from that falsetto sound into that chest voice. And the main difference between falsetto and a breathy head voice is really that the vocal folds become stiff. I feel so going, ah. We can't get louder on that sound. And also there's a distinct sort of hollowness to the sound. And that's a really good way of kind of differentiating between head voice, breathy head voice, and a falsetto sound is, can you get louder on the sound? Ah. If I was to be in a breathy head voice, I could get louder on that sound, but ah. I always love that. You just get more breathy if you're in a falsetto sound. Let me know down in the comments if you would like more of a video on the difference between the different head voices, or that let's go back and we're going to listen from this instrumental all the way through to the end because we've got about another minute left of the song. And I'm actually really curious to know what's going to happen. Wow, what a fantastic end to the song. And I'm loving the way in which she used all of these different voice qualities at the end. And she had that cry, that thicker vocal fold sound. And she went into a more of a head voice quality with a little bit of twang, I would say. Oh my goodness me, my voice is very tight and I have not warmed it up, so it's a little bit wobbly, but you know, Ethel did an amazing job, especially the end there. I loved it. Now, a lot of people kind of go and like, oh my God, you know, these improvisations at the end are so challenging. If we really look at what she's saying, she's stuck mainly to the melody or a lot of those main melody notes in the song. And then she kind of emoted on them as you get better, and obviously she wrote the song, so as you get better at these things and you know the song really, really well, you can kind of pick out those notes. And she hit under one and she like scooped up to it. It's, you know, it's about practicing these types of things and gaining your confidence with kind of free singing, but I'm fairly certain that this was all pre-planned in advance. But if you are interested in learning more about ear training and things like that, then check out my podcast episode, which I did with Tim Collins, actually. I'll put a link down in the description below because it just came out the other day, and we talked all about how to improve harmony as singers and what you can do. He's the most amazing jazz musician, so I really do encourage you to go and watch that. Wow, Ethel. I'm so excited to discover more of Ethel. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to take a look at more of her music. If you've enjoyed this video, then consider hitting that subscribe button. It really does help me to grow this channel because I teach singing Monday to Friday, absolutely full time. I have a full studio of singers here, and it helps me to carve out more of my working week to help more people like yourself for free here on YouTube. And honestly, I really enjoy hanging out here on YouTube, so consider hitting that subscribe button. If you're looking to improve your vocal technique and you're interested in having lessons with me, I am currently only accepting students into the Vocal Academy, which is my online singing school. Check out the link in the description below because I have on-demand singing lessons as well as bi-weekly live masterclasses and an entire library of exercises for you. And probably my favorite thing about the Vocal Academy is I have monthly training plans available for you so that you know exactly what to practice, when to practice it, so that you can make improvements to your singing. I want to help you to sing with more confidence and stability, and that's what I'm here to do. But anyway, enough about that. Have an awesome rest today. Anyone can learn to sing. You just have to learn how to do it. You have to have the tools, and that's what I'm here for, to help you how to learn how to sing. Happy singing. Have an awesome rest today, and enjoy listening to more Ethel. Ka kite anō.